you want to live here, you have to ride.
Let's do it.
Stan, me and Kenny don't give two shits about stupid ass words.
All right, so I just saw a little movie yesterday. You might have heard of it. It's called Avatar: The Way of the Water. I saw it on Christmas, and yeah, theater was packed. It was packed. The movie's gonna make over $1 billion. All right, let's get that out of the way easily. James Cameron cannot miss. Every movie he puts out is making $1 billion. But yeah, I mean, it took him a decade to make this film, and I think it came out pretty good. Like, I'm glad I saw it. Is it a little long? Yes, it's a little long. Could you cut out like 20 minutes from the film? Probably. You probably could. But overall, I enjoyed my time with it, and I'm probably going to see it again in theaters before it leaves. I saw it in IMAX 3D, so, you know, I want to try to see it in just like standard IMAX. I don't think the 3D was really worth it that much. I mean, it just makes the picture deeper. You know, it's not really so much stuff coming at you. It's just like making the image really deep, which is fine. But yeah, I want to see that in like a regular IMAX, you know. But yeah, I was very, very interested to see this film. I'm actually a big fan of the first Avatar film. You know, not a huge fan. You know, I don't know all the little details or all like the names of the tribes or anything like that, you know. I just really like the spectacle. I really like the attention to detail and like the CGI and the technology. Like that stuff is like mind-blowing, like watching these movies. And yeah, the story in the first Avatar is a little basic and stuff, which is, it's fine. You know, it's serviceable. I feel like there's an over hatred on Avatar for some reason on the internet. Like you go on Twitter, like film Twitter, like people just hate on Avatar for some reason, even though it's like one of the highest grossing films of all time. I think that's why it gets hate. You got to hate the best, right? It trumps everything as far as like box office and money goes. And this next movie, The Way of the Water, is going to make just probably as much money or get close, and just mind-blowing. Mind-blowing the technology in this movie. All right? Let me just gush about that for a little bit. You know, fire and water is like really hard to do in CG. Like, it really hard to do in video games and stuff, like all the cut scenes in video games. It's like, it's one of the hardest things to do, and they've perfected it now. Like, it's amazing. Like, when you see the water, like, coming off these avatars' bodies and it's, like, dripping off them, it's, like, it looks fucking real. Like, it's insane. It's mind-blowing, you know? The fire, it's just, like, I was like, holy shit. Like, this stuff looks real. Like, and, you know, I watched some behind-the-scenes stuff on the first Avatar movie, and James Cameron's really about, like, you know, anything the actors are touching, like, that has to be real. But other than that, everything's CG. Like, that's wild. Like, that's wild that, you know, so much of this movie is a computer-generated image, and you believe it. But anyway, enough gushing about the technical stuff and, like, money and stuff like that. How is the movie? You clicked on this review to see, you know, is the movie any good? You know, is it worth it? Is it worth a 3-hour, you know, sit down to watch it? And I think it is. I think it is. I liked the movie a lot. I liked all the new characters, and I also like the fact that they brought back all the old characters. Like, they somehow were able to bring back everybody, even though some people that died in the first movie, they brought them back in Avatar bodies, which is awesome. I don't want to spoil too much, but I will tell you, stuff happens in this film. Like, there's consequence in this film, which is awesome. James Cameron did that. Like, the movie doesn't really play it safe that much. Like, when you're near the end of it, like stuff happens, you know. Characters die, you know, and there's consequence, and that's pretty awesome, and I love that. And you know, they shot The Way of the Water and Avatar 3 back to back, so you're gonna get Avatar 3, I think, like next year, or maybe the year after. I forget when it's coming out. I mean, that'd be pretty good if it came out next year, next Christmas. They just keep dropping Avatars every Christmas, and like James Cameron owns like December or something like that, like for the next like 5 years. But yeah, I mean, everybody did a great job. There were a couple things in the movie that made me laugh, like that you aren't supposed to laugh at, but it was pretty funny. There's scenes where some of the native like avatars, the native clans on Pandora, and they're all mad and they're all like are yelling and stuff, and they start sticking out their tongues like they start doing that a lot, and that was the funniest thing in the world. I laughed. I laughed out loud. Um, one little complaint I got is Zoe Saldana. Somebody has to tell Zoe Saldana to pull it back a little bit. Like, just pull it back a little bit. Like, stop being crazy. Like, stop hissing all the time and going and yelling. Like, she just yells all the time in the movie. Like, pull it back a little bit. I feel like Sam Worthington plays Jake Sully pretty good. Like, he plays it, he's very good in the role. And he hasn't had a lot of work since the first Avatar movie. And I feel like that's because he didn't need to. Like, you made tons of money off this movie. You probably don't need to work ever again. All these actors in the first Avatar and the second Avatar movie, these people don't have to work ever again. They're just working because they choose to. The amount of money they're making off these Avatar movies is ridiculous. Sigourney Weaver, back again. She was great. What can you say? I guess it's not really a spoiler. I think that she's in the trailers and stuff as a kid. That's how they bring her back. She's like, her avatar that was left behind from the first movie, it actually was impregnated and it gave birth to a little version of herself, which is fine. It's a good way to go about it. And I think the main thing people aren't going to like about this movie is one character, and that's this human kid that was left behind on Pandora, and he had to like assimilate to the natives, and like it kind of doesn't make any sense. And he's the only like new character that's like out of nowhere. Like, say every other character is from the first movie, but this one he's from just out of nowhere. They try to be like, oh, he was in the first movie the whole time. But it's like, no, I saw the first movie. He was not there at all. Like, so why'd you add him, really? And they really added him to, play off the villain, who is the same villain from the first movie. He's back, but he's in a Avatar body. And he's really good again. He's just so good again. That was actually a good move to bring back the same villain, because he's just a great actor. And he totally gets this role, and it's like, it's a lot of fun to watch him on screen, even if he's like fully CGI. It's a lot of fun to watch that actor go. Just tons of fun. The action scenes are pretty good. I would say the action scenes are definitely a highlight. And there's quite a few. The film does meander a bit in the middle when we start to get into the whales, because that's what this movie is about. Like, you remember the first Avatar movie? That's about the forest, and deforestation. It's deforestation bad. That's the first Avatar movie. The second Avatar movie is whaling bad. Saying, polluting oceans, whaling, not good, not good. That's the meta theme of the movie, which is, it's interesting that James has turned Avatar into environmental films. That's what these films are about. They're about the environment. Like, that's cool. A movie that makes billions of dollars has a good message. It's trying to teach people to take care of your environment. Like, pretty basic, but I'm glad that that's what's popular. I'm glad that's what people want to see. That's good. It's a good thing. Is the story basic like the first movie? Kinda. There's not really tons of depth there, just like the first movie. It's not tons of depth, but it's just fun to watch. It's just a good time. At least I had a good time with it. And I'll probably get like the special edition collector's extended cut like I did with the first movie. In fact, I have it here somewhere. Let me go get it. Yeah. I have Avatar collector's edition, extended cut. This is has 16 additional minutes, and it's really mostly the beginning part where you meet Jake Sully for the first time. He's still on Earth and stuff before he goes to Pandora. That's like most of the extended cut footage. But yeah, like I want this kind of box scene for all these Avatar movies coming out. You know what I'm saying? I want them all on the shelf looking like that. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you know, I enjoy the films. I think James Cameron's really good. A lot of people say a lot of bad things about him, like that don't really work with him. Like it's usually just internet people, like Twitter people that are always like, oh, James Cameron's like an egomaniac or something like that, or it's a bunch of stuff online, but I can't see anybody that's actually worked with him say bad things about him. Like I can't find that. um, um, so I don't know what people are on about when they talk about James Cameron. He seems like a nice enough guy. Like it seems like he wants to make good movies. It seems like it took him he wanted to take a decade to make the movie because he wanted to do it right, and I think he did do it right. It's the second movie in any trilogy or any series is usually tough to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like a bridge to the next movie, and I feel like this movie has enough entertainment, it has enough action, it has a decent enough story that it's serviceable, and you watch it, and you're gonna watch the next movie. You know what I'm saying? Like they hit a home run with Avatar the first time around, and they're trying to do it again and again and again. They're gonna make like 3 more of these movies, and I feel like they're off to a really good start. Like The Way of the Water was really good. Like, can't wait for the next one. I'm sure most people that watch this Way of the Water movie are gonna watch the next one too. So, that's my piece on it. I really liked Way of the Water. I will watch it again. And maybe after that second viewing, I might, have different opinions about it. But like right now, it's just like it's a decent enough story. It's a good popcorn film with the action kicks in. It's got a good little message to it. There's some heart to it. All the performances are great, except for Zoe Saldana. I feel like but that was the same problem she had in the first movie, is that she's just like way over the top. Like James Cameron has to tell her to pull it back a little bit. Like or like she's got to die. Like I like that would be probably a bold move if like she ends up like dying in the next film or something like that. I feel like maybe Sam Worthington's character Jake Sully, he might die, even though he's like the face of the franchise. He's the main character, right? I could see them doing something big like that, like killing off a main character in the next movie, because there was some consequence in this movie. Characters do die in this first movie, the second movie technically. So, I'm interested to see where it goes. Very good first step technically, because think about it. This is a decade after the first movie. Like there was no guarantee this movie's gonna be a huge hit, but like it was. Like it was. This thing's gonna make over $1 billion easily. I think it's the first movie this year that's gonna make over $1 billion, right? So like Avatar single-handedly saving the movie theaters. You know what I'm saying? Like James Cameron can't miss, won't miss. Every movie James Cameron's been putting out since fucking Titanic is $1 billion franchise. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoa. Like, can't beat it. Can't beat it. He's all the highest grossing films of all time are mostly James Cameron. So, like, there's something to it. It's working with the audiences. And no amount of, like, Twitter trolls online or, like, these film, like, Twitter people online that are snobs and like they snuff their nose up at it, you know what I'm saying? No amount of that is gonna like take down Avatar. Like people like watching the movies. They do. They're easy to translate to, and like the stories, yeah. I get it. You want a story like Seven, but this is like not that. This is more family friendly, and there's actually some gruesome parts in this Way of the Water movie, like gruesome parts. I wasn't expecting. Someone's arm gets like cut off. You see the arm fly away and stuff like that. I'm like, wow, like James Cameron still got a little edge to him. You know what I'm saying? Like he still wants to do some like bloody action. But this is kind of a family film too. Like I don't know. I had a good time watching it. The little problems I have really are insignificant. Like Zoe Saldana's overacting. It's not much of the movie, so it's very insignificant. That's like the only complaint I really got about it. Comment below. Let me know what you thought of Avatar: Way of the Water. I don't know why these Avatar movies get so much hate online. I don't get it. Like what is going on with you people? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is going on? Like, you just don't want to have like an awesome spectacle movie? Because that's what it is. It's like this giant spectacle, fucking like awesome CGI. You ain't gonna get anywhere else. Like, isn't that enough? The story and characters are serviceable. They're not like a distraction really, except for Zoe Saldana. You know, I'll keep harping on her because I really don't like what she's doing with that character. But you know, I enjoyed it. You know, I walked out satisfied, and I kind of want to see it again. Pretty good sign. Pretty good sign for a movie. But anyway, that's it for now. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next review. Leave a like, subscribe, and comment below what you thought of Way of the Water, The Way of the Water by James Cameron. And can't wait for the next one. I wonder what the next movie's gonna be called. I have they announced what the next movie's gonna be called? I don't think so. But anyway, that's it for now. Bye bye.
Let's get it done.
You don't care about whales and dolphins being slaughtered?
Stan, me and Kenny don't give two shits about stupid ass whales.